Hi, I'm Donna from donnaonthebeach.com. Happy New Year and welcome to this week's video. So I hope 2013 is already treating you really well and you're already having a great year. And this week I want to talk about setting yourself up for success and self-criticism. Now, if you follow me on Facebook or Twitter, you will know, or follow my blog. And if you don't, why not? Go immediately. Facebook.com/DonnaOnTheBeach, Twitter.com/DonnaOnTheBeach, DonnaOnTheBeach.com. Follow me immediately. Right. But if you do follow any of those things, you'll know that my daily practice this month is setting yourself up for success in 2013. So basically getting clarity about what exactly you want in your life, getting the best from yourself, which is what I'm going to talk about today, taking action and making time for the things that are really important to you. So if that sounds good and you're not already following me on Facebook or Twitter, come along and join in, because I post daily updates to remind you to set yourself up for success in 2013. But what I wanted to talk about today was getting the best from yourself, like the second part of it, because when I've got back to coaching this week, one of the themes that's come up in the coaching has been about self-criticism, and it's not a great way to get the best from yourself, frankly. I know it doesn't work on me, because what happens is this: I say to myself, you are lazy, you are arrogant, you are stupid, I can't believe you haven't done this. Like, you've got a list with 800 things on and you haven't done all of them. Like, what's the matter with you? Like, how shit are you, really? And then I say back to that self, I don't know about you, but that inner teenager who doesn't respond well to that kind of motivation has never really gone away. It's not a great way to motivate me. And frankly, behind the attitude is kind of hurt and kind of, oh, don't pick on me. There's like 800 things on that list. What do you expect me to do? I'm not. Do you know what I mean? And over Christmas, there was a little bit, I don't do it very much anymore, but I still do it. There's a little bit of, you haven't done all this work you were going to do over Christmas. Now, number one, of course I hadn't, because I had about 4 days over the Christmas period where I thought, you know what, I'm not doing a lot over Christmas, I'm just chilling out. Those days I can work on these projects and see what I can get done. But quite honestly, there are about 20 days of work in those 4 days I was planning to do. So no matter what had happened, I wasn't going to get it done. But also, I was poorly sick over Christmas, and I was in bed for a week watching crap TV and just generally I was in no fit state to do any work, really. And a little bit of this self-criticism started, and I thought, whoa, Miss Thing, I'm not having that. I've been poorly. I'm not having it. And I decided there and then that one of my rules for the year would be to lighten up, and really to lighten up. As I say, I don't criticise myself a lot anymore, but it's one of those habits that we pick up when, I don't know, I probably guess we're about 8 or 9, we start to pick up the self-critical habit. And then we expand on that, and by our teens we're pretty good at being self-critical. By the time we're in our 20s, we're absolutely bloody brilliant at it. In our 30s, we're like experts. Like, you can't tell me anything about self-criticism. And now it's a habit that's just got to be broken. It really has got to be broken, because it doesn't work. If it worked, I would say criticise away. Go for it. You tell yourself you're a complete arsehole in every way, and if that works for you, fantastic. But for most people, it just doesn't work, because the outcome that we want is to get ourselves doing as much as possible towards the life that we want. Okay, that's the baseline. So there is a positive intention behind that self-criticism. We want to get the best from ourselves, and self-criticism doesn't do it. Criticising yourself just makes you feel bad. And that badness either manifests itself in, oh, well, I'm no good, I'm just going to go and never mind, you know, it's a shame for me. You can see that's not a particularly great energy to achieve big dreams. Like, really, that's never going to work. You're just going to stand in a field like Eeyore and then they take your tail, you know. That's not going to work. The other response is the one I have. Again, not a particularly useful response. Did it get me working on the stuff that I want to work on? No. No, you know, F you is just not helpful in any way. It's not the response I'm looking for from the self-criticism. So what's got to change is the way that you motivate yourself and the way that you talk to yourself and the way that you get the best from yourself. And that for me means giving the best to yourself. Now I want you to think of yourself as if you're not you. Okay, I want you to pretend that you're like your best friend and you're thinking, okay, how do I get the best out of my best friend? How do I bring out her energetic, joyful, fabulous side? How do I make her realize just how effing amazing she is? How do I get that gloriousness out of her, that wonder out of her, that, you know what, you rock? How do I get that out of her? It isn't by criticizing her. It's by telling her how great she is. It's by taking care of her. It's by making sure that she has everything she needs to deliver the best. So athletes know this thing. Athletes know that you feed yourself nutritious food. To get the best from yourself as an athlete, you can't go eating McDonald's every day. You have to feed yourself nutritious food that gives you great energy. You have to exercise well. As an athlete, you can't not exercise and expect to do well as an athlete. It's just not going to work. You have to have positive mental attitude. You have to. If you sit, hopefully you don't sit on the start line, but if you stand on the start line thinking, I'm never going to beat these people, you're absolutely right, you're not. So you have to have a positive mental attitude. You have to give yourself the best. And that is not self-criticism. I hope I've made my point about that. So I want to give you a piece of homework here. I want you to think about how you get the best from yourself in 2013. For me, the list includes getting to bed earlier, because if I have more sleep and I'm more rested, my brain works better, I physically feel better, and I am more able to get things done in the time. I'm not sitting here going, oh, I'm really tired. Get more sleep. It's quite a simple one. As I said earlier, another thing I'm going to do this year is lighten up. Like, chill out. No one died. No one's gonna die if I don't get a blog post done. It's no big deal. And actually, when I lighten up and I go, okay, well, that still needs doing, but it's no big deal. It can be done any time. Usually within 10 minutes, I'm like, I have an idea for a blog post. Here we go. That's how it works. If you are really good to yourself and you go, okay, well, I know you need a rest. I know you need to just go and chill out or go outside and get some sunshine or whatever it is. When you do that for yourself, you suddenly find that yourself responds really well to this care. Physically, mentally, emotionally and spiritually, take really great care of yourself. How do you get the best from yourself? Not by self-criticism. So if you are interested in finding more about self-care, particularly if you sign up for the newsletter on my website, if you go to my website, donnaonthebeach.com, and go to the freebies tab, you'll find a sign up box there where you can sign up for my newsletter, which means you'll also get weekly ideas about making your life great, making your big dreams come true, falling in love with your life. And I'm always talking about self-care, but you'll also get my free ebook, which is specifically about self-care, which most of us suck at. So if you're interested in that, go over to my website and go and get that and sign up for it. It'll be sent to you straight away automatically. You'll have it immediately. You'll be able to put it on your computer or your e-reader or whatever. As long as your e-reader can see PDFs, you'll be able to put it on there. And also, if you know anybody who is trying to get the best from themselves by being really critical of themselves, please share this video with them because they really need to see it. Thank you. Happy New Year. And stop that habit of self-criticism. Replace it with things that really genuinely will get the best from you. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.